So my name's Alika Thompson, and I'm the Quality Systems Administrator for RMB Products. Our organization does rotational lining, rotational molding, and 3D printing for the aerospace, biopharma, semiconductor, and chemical industries. About 60 of us are using as the testing training licenses, and then about 15-20 of us are using it as concurrent and dedicated users. I developed a workflow that just allows the engineers to communicate with production and quality about what our customers' needs are without having to update a whole bunch of different work instructions, SOPs, work orders. We used to have a lot of that information in different places, so when something would change, now 3 other documents have to get changed. Now, when the document changes, they're literally using the workflow as the document, and so that updates every time the spec changes. So the information's always accurate. There's no down revs because we literally overwrite it, and there isn't anything floating around that might be accidentally referenced that isn't accurate anymore. The engineers can now focus on one thing at a time and move through it instead of having to suddenly stop, be interrupted by quality or production to answer a question that maybe didn't get fully answered on a work order or inside of an SOP, so they can have that information available to them without having to be interrupted. And so then in return, the engineers can now focus on what they need to get done, get more product developed, get more out the door, and we're just building on that. So it's a kind of an exponential thing where it's now it's an engineer squared because they're able to just keep going and going instead of running in little circles. I would really recommend Qualtrics because of the ease of use. Users, it's really user-friendly, it's pretty, it's laid out in that modern feel, which makes users who aren't really computer savvy and really computer comfortable, they're still able to use it without having to learn a whole lot of technology. You log in, there's your inbox, those are your tasks. You look at them, you complete them. And so any user that's still a little bit resistant to technology is able to really quickly overcome that and say, okay, this isn't that bad. I've never had a beating my head against the wall Qualtrics moment, which is a lot to say about a software. So.